Good morning, YouTube. So with today's video, I am so late to the party on this one and I was closed-minded into trying it. But today let's talk about Bulgari BLV Pour Homme, launched in 2001, class as a woody spicy. There are different BLVs. So there is like the original, they got the Pour Homme, which this might be the original, and there's other ones out there. I believe there's also one that's a unisex scent. I've neglected this fragrance just because it was an older one, so I was immature. But boy, was I wrong. Top notes for this one here are going to be cardamom and sandalwood. The mint is going to be ginger, juniper, and something called galanga, which is like spices, and the base is going to be tobacco blossom, green leaves, and teakwood. In the opening, you get cardamom and ginger with a little bit of woods. I feel like there's a little bit more going on, so like whether it's lavender or citrus, because there's something extremely fresh about this one. And even though green leaves is like considered a note, I feel like there's a bit of a blue vibe. Maybe it's just the juice playing something with my psyche because I'm not all that bright. But I feel like there's just something that's blue and clean. Just something really fresh. The main takeaways: cardamom and ginger, woods. I don't get any tobacco. I get no floral at all, but just like lavender, citruses, you know, something like that. This is a prime spring scent, and I'm gonna have to say summer scent. Not when it's overly hot, but when it's a day, like let's say like an evening out, when it's just like cooler and it's a casual night out, because this is not formal. This is just like an everyday wear pretty much for the springtime. But in the summertime, I think it would be a great casual scent for like an evening out. Like dinner and a movie, you're going out to play pool with your friends, you're going out to get a few drinks on the patio, or even at a bar. And even though that this is an older fragrance, it doesn't smell like it came from like the early 2000s, the 90s. It smells timeless to my nose. See, this is where my maturity is now starting to come in, because I was so close-minded into trying the entire lineup. And this apparently is like, smells like other BLVs out there, which I have not tried. I know that some of them are discontinued, and I'm not sure if this one is, yet this is online right now, ranges anywhere from like $55 Canadian all the way to, I believe it's like 120 Canadian. So under $45 USD to like $90 USD. It's on perfumeonline.ca, Fragrance X, and Fragrance Net, where I got mine. As I stated, this doesn't smell like it came from a certain era. So I do think that any age can rock it. Not so much like a high school student, but a college student, all the way to a grandfather. There's just that certain freshness about it that's uplifting, it's energizing. So that energizing feel is most certainly going to be the ginger. The aromaticness is more than likely from the juniper berries or like lavender, which, you know, that's not a note, but I feel like there's something in it. There is something blue and not so much green in this fragrance, but just everyday wear. Longevity, not bad, not great, but it's something that you can't complain, because you're gonna get anywhere from like 5 to 7 hours. Generally, I would say it's like 6 hours, and I would just reapply as the day goes by. For me, if I were to wear this just as a regular person, and this is a fragrance for someone who has like no more than like a dozen fragrances, half a dozen to a dozen fragrances. This is a prime office scent, a work scent, whether it's in an office or something what I do, blue collar. This is just like an everyday man's fragrance that's not going to break the bank. It's not like super cheap, but at the same time, it's not overly expensive. It's just right. If you were very much like me, closed-minded to some of these older fragrances, don't. Open your mind. You guys have seen me in the last year alone talk about Cool Water, Davidoff, 1988 release. Lagerfeld Classic, 1978. I just talked about, like today's video was Halston Z14, 1974. And I'm gonna be talking about Versace L'Homme, 1984 release. I'm gonna be doing that video with Saint Lens, so stay tuned for that. But this is like newer than the other ones I just mentioned. But it doesn't smell dated at all. Look into it. For me, everyday wear, everyday Joe. Is it anything special? No. I've been doing this for 10 years. I'm not hyping it up. This is natural energy. I'm also trying to be a little bit more charismatic because sometimes I feel like I'm just but this is something that really did surprise me. That's why the energy is a little bit different than normal. Look into it if you haven't. So that is my quick little take of Bulgari's BLV Pour Homme. Make sure it says BLV Pour Homme. There are other ones out there, but this one here, not disappointed at all. This will make future list videos for sure. Any other videos that I've done from this brand, they will all be down in the description box below. And if you like this very video, please give me a thumbs up, as it does show YouTube and the algorithms that you like this type of content. What videos to watch next? Well, because this is a bit of an older fragrance, why don't you check out right here? You know what? Z14 here, and we're gonna do Lagerfeld Classic right here. So, thank you for your time, take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.